seems like it's been forever since I've made a video. Well, it has been a couple months, but have been very busy around here. But so here I am in the greenhouse. Thought I'd sneak a little one in. Have some plans coming up soon, hopefully, in line for some videos that I intend to make. I'll share those with you later. But for now, I'm looking at my Holcoglossum, which I actually got in spike. I don't know much about it, but I do know, well, from the look of its foliage, it must be a Vanda type growing orchid. It's small. It is inside of that pot just for stability, but it does have a nice root system, pretty flower. Got this at recently at the Aerangis Elro Society fall show. What else is going on? Up here, this is a cross. This is my, there's the name of it up there. It's a cross between NOID Cattleya trick or treat, which is an orange mini small Cattleya, crossed with Epidendrum Stanfordianum, which is a Epidendrum, not a reed type, but it's, I think it was in the Cattleya family at one time, but grows from, the inflorescence arrives from the bottom, the base of the newly formed pseudo, and it has small white with spotted purple flowers that are fragrant. So that should be interesting. That is actually, it has been in spike for a while, since the summer. It's in bud now. Up here I've hung my Cattleyas, my big Cattleyas I should say. Up here, this is their winter resting spot. They'll get an occasional water, but for the most part they stay pretty dry there. I have some Tulumnias that are just below. Sorry about the lighting. They're doing really well. Lots of roots are going. My Leptotes Bicolor got a lot of growth over the summer. Lots of roots. It's really attached itself to that mount. This is a new acquisition. This is a Renanthera, pretty big one. Let me see. The name is Volcano Red. Let's see. What else? This is my BC Hippodamia. It actually put out a new growth after it. This is the growth that it produced over the summer, and then it put out this one towards the end of summer. Over here is my Bulbophyllum and Phalaenopsis. The newest growth that it had last year. This is it. I guess it's okay, but it's really small compared to this bulb, which it bloomed from last year when I got it. It has put out a new growth that's right there. Looking pretty good. My Brassovola, this one is Little Stars, I believe. Yeah, Brassovola Little Stars. It's got some buds right there on one, and then there's some more over here, right there. Yeah, so this hasn't bloomed for me in a few years, so pretty excited about that. Let me see what's going on down here. Actually down here, this is one of the only few things that I have in semi-water culture. This is my Eplc Cattleya Volcano Queen, I believe that's what it's called. I got this many years ago, Volcano Trek Fireball. Got this many years ago at Colmanara Orchids out of Hawaii. It was not doing well in bark, and so I put it in semi-water, and it has really covered really nicely with 2 spikes, and the other has some color showing on it. These should be very fire red, hence the name, very vivid. all over the flower with, it's got the yellow edging. So you can kind of see it starting to form. Right here is my Dendrobium forbesii, Leptotes type. This is a species. Still has its honey fragrance to it. It's been in flower for months. And right below it is another species. This is Dendrobium oligophyllum, and it's putting out a second flush of some blooms. It's pretty much a bloomer, ever blooming plant. It's either always in spike or bloom, and it does bloom off of the old pseudobulbs. Get really good picture of the flower. The only thing missing from this plant is if there was a fragrance, but it's very rewarding. Yeah, no fragrance. To the right of this is a plant that I mounted on this big piece of cork. I mounted this several years ago. This is my Eria javanica. But I think it's just now establishing itself. You can see the roots that are down there. Put out 2 new growths. It was only this is what I mounted onto it. And then there was, of course, this, and then there was another portion of it down here. This actually has got some growth, some new growth down here actually this year, and this one up here produced 2 new pseudobulbs. So now after it's the formation of the pseudobulb, as you can see, it's formed. There's a bulb in there. I'll back off on the watering, whereas while it was in growth, I watered it pretty heavily, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. But now since the bulb has formed, then I back off. Maybe only do watering if the bulb shrivels, and hopefully in the spring it will produce a spike inflorescence from inside the sheath here. And it will be a long, maybe a foot and a half long spike with star-shaped flowers that are very fragrant. We'll scent up the whole greenhouse. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me see what else is going on. Okay, over here, this is my Haerella rectocallus. It's actually got 2 flowers out now, and it's got several more coming. I think it has about 4 spikes on it. A really good year for this plant. I've had this probably 3 years. Gets a daily watering. Right next to it is a species Phalaenopsis. This is my bastianii, and it is pushing out the ends of its growths, its inflorescence. It reblooms from the same inflorescence, same as cornu cervi, which is down here. These will continue to bloom from the ends. This just really finished blooming. Let me see what else. Here is my Masdevallia floribunda, and as you can see down there at the base, looks like there's spikes. I would think those are spikes to me. They look like it. We will see. But those do look like flower spikes. If it is, that'll be an amazing accomplishment. I've never ever been able to successfully maintain any Masdevallia in my collection from summer to over the summer into fall, winter. Number one, and I've never gotten one to rebloom, so that's quite special. Moving on down, some of my new pinguiculas that I got. This is the one that I've had that is full of those little gnats, and then these are the 2 that I just got. A different variety. I think it's the same kind of a flower. It just finished flowering. Nothing really going on. Oh, this is my Angraecum. This is a first time blooming for me if it actually goes to a bloom. This is a bud on this. This is birremense. can see the bud is formed. I have to maintain, have to do my best to keep this away from anything landing on it, or especially this leaf, because if it touches this leaf, it's going to die. So I really have to do that. But it's a white, sort of a cup-shaped flower, but it is a star petals, 5 petals, white with green in the sort of lip. And supposedly it has a fragrance in the evenings. I have another Angraecum that is in bud as well. It is down a little ways down there. I'll get to that. They have a similar kind of vining growth habit. In the wintertime on these plants, I will maintain them just as I do a vanda. And that's pretty much the trick with these plants, Angraecums in general. When you see those arrow roots, you mist them in the winter every day. Because once those die, the plant will decline. This has been a really, really good year for growth. There's a new one coming up here from the base. That is a whole other plant. You can see the roots, the tips right there. But yeah, water those, not watering, actually watering the plant, more so misting in the wintertime. From now until February. And that goes for all of my other Angraecums that are over here. As you can see, this is a sespequedale, and I miss these roots. And next door to it is Elro, which is a Aerangis cross, but still, I miss these aerial roots. Miss those roots. That keeps them well during the winter. Okay, what else? Down here, this is going out. This is something I wanted for a while. I hardly ever get Oncidium types, but this is one that I wanted for a while. Name escapes me at the moment. You all know what that one is. Masai, something Colmanara. Down here are, this is Dendrobium fire wings, I believe, that has got a couple of spikes with some buds on it. This is another Dendrobium that this spike has actually blasted. But there's another one coming up over here. Hopefully that will be okay. I think maybe they got a little cold or just recently turned the heater on in here. This is a hybrid that I got at the Missouri Botanical Gardens in St. Louis. They had an auction there. And I got this plant at auction. This is a cross, antelope type crossed with another kind of Dendrobium, not an antelope, I don't believe. I believe it might be a Dendrobium and Phalaenopsis. Anyway, anxious to see that. Here's the name of the plant, in case anyone wants to know. Okay. And right over here, this is a newly purchased plant. It's purchased as a bare root, and you can see the leaves are starting to brown up. But this is Angraecum Eichlerianum White Star. I believe that's what it's called. It has a inflorescence there. It's got another one down there. So we shall see. I have hopes for this plant. Despite the browning. So we'll see. Directly behind that is a NOID Cattleya that I had actually put a picture of in the Facebook group, Orchid Anonymous. And it's very bright back here, so this is really not doing it any kind of good. But this is a NOID. I believe it's, I did look on the website when I got it, when I noticed the tag, it didn't have a tag. You can see this is a major plant. This is about a 12-inch pot. I've just left it as whole. But the color is very vivid now. It will change to different colors over time. Very long lasting. I believe it's either Colonel Houseman or George Houseman, BLC. But I haven't been able to verify that from Houseman's website. Alright, YouTube, I am back. And as I was saying, this is a NOID Cattleya, it's a BLC. I'm I'm not sure. I believe it is Carl Hauserman, BLC Carl Hauserman, or it's George Hauserman, I believe. But I did look on the website, Hauserman's website, and I could not identify the plant, not with any validity that I would say. So I'm just going to take a snapshot when it fully opens, and then I'll take it there because, well, the iOS Christmas party is going to be there in December. So I'll be there for that. So hopefully I can get it identified then. Anyhow, it's looking really nice right now. But again, it's just now starting to open. You see, this is my heater that I just turned on last night. It got down to 26. It's still very chilly. This is the west end of the greenhouse, looking out to the porch. This is south. I have two humidifiers right here. They're turned off now. That give, well, break off some of the hot air that's blowing out of there, and plus it, you know, gives me some good airflow. Up here, got a couple of seedlings that I took out of flask. These are Brassovola, they're Brassovola. No, Enciclia hybrid. They're, I believe they're some sort of a complex Tampensis alba times alata, I believe. Let me see. Going back down this end, down here is my Monnier Millennium Magic Witchcraft. It was in a higher light situation, but I believe it was Bill Tom's, one of his videos that he had shot of his grow space. He had said that once the buds form on the Catasetum types, then you should give them less sun in a shadier position. So that's why I moved it down there. It's still looking pretty good. All the buds are still intact. Looking forward to that. Let me see what else. Let's go back this way. Nothing really happening down here. My Bulbophyllum gracillum, that's right here, it just finished blooming. This is the other plant that I was talking about. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it. I'm using my iPad, my phone. For some reason it doesn't have enough space on it. Fancy that. But this is the other Angraecum that is a vining type, which I treat it like a vanda. This is Eichlerianum, and as you might have seen, there's a bud down there, and there's another one that is up there. And this plant, like I said, like the other one that's down there, the birremense, I provide this one with more of an intermediate condition. It does get its aerial roots misted daily all through the year. This does have another baby that's coming up down here at the bottom as well. It's right there. Very happy about that. Up above it here is my Epidendrum Parkinsonianum. Typically these would actually be not growing towards the fall winter, but this is putting out some new growths and a lot of roots that are coming out down there. There's one right there. So I'm going to continue to give this copious amounts of water. Maybe a flower will develop. There's a new pseudobulb right there. This is one right here. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, this is a new pseudobulb right here. And there's one up there. And there's another one coming out of the side up here, right here. Back over this way, this is a couple of Barkarias. The one that's below here, this is Lindleyanum. This is actually mounted to this board right here. It basically grows from Kiki's. This is last year's growth. As you can see, it's let's see here. This is the last year's growth, and it formed a spike. Actually, no, this is last year's growth. Here's the spike, and then it produced a kiki this season, which now has put out a spike. Flowers of this year are very shy to open. The top petal has not fully opened yet, but the color is very nice. Lindleyanum, I'm sorry. And this one up here is one that I just got. It's a cross between Lindleyanum and Whartonia, I believe. There's the flower on that one. Again, typically these like get lessening of water in the fall, winter. And then in the spring they start to produce flower spikes, or throughout the winter they do produce the flower spikes from this previous season's growth when you water them copiously, and then you pretty much cut off all the water. But since these are still in bloom and this one has buds on them, I'm going to continue to water them. Let's see what else. These are my two little moat seedlings that I'm getting ready to put into some mounts. Down here below on this cart I have a few things. These right in front here, this is an Eria floribunda that I just got, and this one right here is actually maybe this one is floribunda and this one is another Eria, but this one just finished blooming. There's the flower spike, and in front of this is a Dendrobium Laturia type. This is Hodgkinsonii, and there's a flower spike right there. This is pretty much where I put a lot of some of my other Cattleyas that are somewhat resting, although they do get some water. Above here, this is my Walkeriana. This is probably one of my oldest orchids that I've still got in my collection. This is probably this is over 20 years old probably. It's been resurrected from the dead several times, but its latest growth, nice fat roots, and it's doing pretty well. So maybe it's turned around for the good. And some of these plants over here are pretty much just resting. They're not really doing much. Yeah, so I'll probably just leave it at that. I'll just mention this. I'm going to try my hand at a Cymbidium. A friend of mine, Paul Wilson from the local Orchid Society, he gifted me this Cymbidium. I believe it is Alliifolium. Said it was a easy grower, so we will see. Hopefully so. And something just fell to my back. Oh well. Anyhow, that's about it for this tour. And if you enjoyed, press the like button and subscribe. Once again, sorry it's been so long. This is Terry again. Welcome back to my greenhouse. Enjoy your orchids. Hi YouTube. So what I plan on doing for this channel is I plan on making a series of videos. I'm breaking my greenhouse down into sections, and I need to go through each and every one of my plants, maybe giving a brief talk about the plant, where it originates from, and the culture that I provide for it, the culture that it gets in the wild, and then take a closer look at the health of the plant and how I grow it in my space, and also use that as sort of a reference for my plants, just to kind of develop some sort of a category file of the plants that I have on this particular year and time in my life, especially since I'm really getting to the point where I think that I have accomplished, or I have acquired most of the things that are on my wish list, except for a few, and there are always new things out there being made every day, so I can't say that I will never buy another one, but it's got to be something very special unless it's on my wish list. But I do feel like I've got the majority of them on my wish list in my greenhouse, so I need to document them all, and for you, if not for me, as I said, since we're on this journey together, And yeah, that's what I really plan on doing. So that is a great endeavor. Will be very time consuming, so I am in the process of getting it together. But I'm excited for it, and I hope you are too. So I just wanted to kind of let you know in on that. Anyhow, hope you've enjoyed this, and hopefully it hasn't been too long. And enjoy your orchids. Bye. Hello YouTube, it's me again, and I wanted to add this last little teaser at the end of the video just to explain some upcoming ideas that I have for my channel. What I really need to do, if not just for you, it's for myself, is I need to categorize or hello, it's me again. Hello, it's me again. Okay, everyone, it's me again, and I've